your astonishing mercy, I long to receive your grace. O Madhava, although I do not possess even a sesame seed of bhakti for you, still, by your inconceivable power, which makes the impossible possible, please fulfill the desires of my heart. Hey Sanatan, because your lotus feet are filled with such wonderful rasa, let the bee of my mind always reside unwaveringly in that nectar, which puts everything else to shame, for they are the essence of all sweetness. This is my only prayer. Rupa Goswami Pada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. शिक्षतः मरीचि मिश्र ऋषयः प्राणेभ्योऽहं जजज्ञिरे सहस्रयुग पर्यन्ते उत्थायेदं शिक्षतः मरीचि मिश्र ऋषयः प्राणेभ्योऽहं जजज्ञिरे सहस्रयुग पर्यन्ते उत्थायेदं शिशुक्षतः मरीचि मिश्र ऋषयः प्राणेभ्योऽहं जजज्ञिरे What word mean? Sahasra 1000. Yuga 4,300,000 years. Paryante at the end of the duration. Utthaya having expired. Idam this. Sishikshataha desired to create again. Marichi Mishraha rishis like Marichi. Rishayaha all the rishis. Pranebhyaha out of his senses. Aham I. Cha also. Jadnire appeared. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. After 4,300,000,000 solar years, when Brahma awoke to create again by the will of the Lord, all the rishis like Marichi, Angira, Atri, and so on were created from the transcendental body of the Lord. And I also appeared along with them. Purport. The duration of a day in the life of Brahma is 4,320,000,000 solar years. This is stated also in the Bhagavad Gita. So, for this period, Brahmaji rests in Yoga Nidra with the body of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, the generator of Brahma. Thus, after the sleeping period of Brahma, when there is again creation by the will of the Lord through the agency of Brahma, all the great rishis again appear from the different parts of the transcendental body, and Narada also appears. This means that Narada appears in the same transcendental body, just as a man awakes from sleep in the same body. Sri Narada is eternally free to move in all parts of the transcendental and material creations of the Almighty. He appears and disappears in his own transcendental body, which is without the distinction of body and soul, unlike conditioned beings. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं गमार्पं श्रीचैतन्ये। Hare Krishna. So I seek the blessings of all the Vaishnavas so that I can speak something on Srimad Bhagavatam for the glorification of Krishna, for my own purification, and for the pleasure of all the Vaishnavas. So we are on the 6th chapter of the 1st canto, and now Narad Muni's glories are being described here. I was just reading one verse some days back about Narad Muni only. Narad Muni says, Tad dinam durdinam manne, meghachannam na durdinam, yad dinam Krishna samlapa, katha piyusha varjanam. He says that a cloudy day is not inauspicious. Generally, when rainy season comes, we feel very much, I have to go and wear raincoat now, I have to go in this little sticky environment. He says a cloudy day is not inauspicious, but a day which is devoid of Krishna Katha, Katha Piyusha Varjitam, which is devoid of Krishna Katha, that day is really inauspicious. And coincidentally, Narad Muni during the 4 months of rainy season only, he heard from the Bhakti Vedantas. He heard for the 4 months of the rainy season. So that was a very wonderful experience for him. And we see the journey of Narad Muni, how he perfected his life from being the son of a servant maid to being a devotee of the perfect order. And what is his caliber? What is the caliber of Narad Muni? Prabhupada writes in the purport, Sri Narada is eternally free to move in all parts of the transcendental and material creations of the Almighty. He appears and disappears in his own transcendental body, which is without a distinction of body and soul, unlike conditioned beings. When Krishna descends, we say, Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spriha iti mam yovi janati karmabhirna sabhadyate. Similar is true for Krishna's devotees also. When they come, their birth is not due to karma. They are coming out of their own free will, and they are free to wander to all the regions of the universe. That is what is the freedom given to one who serves Krishna. Subhashit says an interesting verse. Ashanam hi manushanam kaschit ashcharya shrankhala. He says this desire which is there, desire. Narad Muni's desire is if he wants to go anywhere out of the entire material and spiritual worlds, he is able to go there. But for material beings, this desire, it is said, Ashanam hi manushanam kaschit ashcharya shrankhala. It is very astonishing chain, this desire, this chain of this desire. Yaya baddaha pradhavanti, who are bound by this chain, they run everywhere to fulfill their desires. Mukte tishtanti pangot, but those who are free from this desire, they are there seated at one place because they have no desire. They can be there situated at one place. So this is as regards to conditioned living beings. But as regards to Narad Muni and all the liberated souls, they are free to go anywhere. That is what is the freedom given to them by Krishna. It is also said that Ananta Sheshu is lying on the Garbhodaka ocean. He is a Shaktavesh avatar of Krishna. He is a living entity, but that potency he has been given by Krishna. And is glorifying Lord Krishna since time immemorial with his 1,000 mouths. So when a devotee becomes surrendered to Lord, he is given such an unlimited potency that he can do anything. That is the power of empowerment. So Narad Muni, who was a servant maid, who was not knowing who his father was, he attained such a state by practice of devotional service that he can travel anywhere, he can preach to anybody, and he can be a recipient, he can be a giver of Krishna's grace. So there is no limit to which a living entity can be empowered by Krishna if one is surrendered. If one is surrendered, one can be empowered to an unlimited degree. And we see in the life of Srila Prabhupada, how he was 69 years old. Anybody in this world who is nearing to that age, we never find them, they will be able to do such a thing. But coincidentally, today is also Srila Rupa Goswami's disappearance day. Srila Prabhupada was in Vrindavan, in Radha Damodar temple. Every day he would be praying to Srila Rupa Goswami and would be asking, begging to Srila Rupa Goswami that please give me the grace. And it is said that Srila Rupa Goswami also appeared to him and gave him his blessings. And what Srila Prabhupada did later is history. But this is what we are trying to discuss. This is what is the power of empowerment. If one is surrendered, then one can. So this is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. One can do things beyond one's own capacity. In all other paths, in any of the material fields, whatever intelligence we have, to that intelligence we can work and we can attain result. But the glory of bhakti is we can attain results even far beyond our own capacity. That is the power of Krishna consciousness. Today is also the disappearance day of Srila Rupa Goswami. So I thought we could discuss something on the life and character of Srila Rupa Goswami. So Srila Rupa Goswami, when he was in Ramakeli, he was the servant of Nawab Hussain Shah. Actually, Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, both of their names were Santosh and Amar, and they were born in Saraswat Brahman families. But Nawab Hussain Shah told that if you don't serve in my kingdom, because he came to know about their extreme intelligence and their high qualifications. So he told that if you don't serve me and my kingdom, then I will trouble all the Brahmanas and all the Vaishnavas. And therefore they had to serve as home minister and finance minister in the government of Nawab Hussain Shah. But even doing that, their consciousness was always on Krishna. They were never a moment deviated from Krishna consciousness. Nawab Hussain Shah gave them big land, big properties, and they developed Vrindavan there. They had Govardhan, they had Yamuna, they had all the wonderful holy places. So later when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami to excavate the holy places, actually all of them were there within their heart only. So what was there in the heart that came out ultimately? So and they were always desiring that we want to get away from the service of Nawab Hussain Shah. They used to write many letters to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not respond anytime. And then once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu responded, he said that just as a lady who has a paramour, she serves her husband very nicely, similarly you should also serve. That one sentence he wrote, that meant that you should serve in the government of Nawab Hussain Shah, and at an appropriate time you will be relieved from the service of Nawab Hussain Shah. So they were serving. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he decided to come to Vrindavan, he took a detour, and not a simple detour, but a detour of around 250 kilometers to go to Ramakeli. And his desire was, I just want to bestow my mercy upon Rupa and Sanatan Goswami and Sri Vallabha, who was Anupam, their brother. So this was the sole desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when uh, these three, they approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they approached in the dead of the night. And they were so humble, they held straw in their teeth, and they were saying that we don't know anything. People consider us that we are very advanced, we have a lot of knowledge, but actually we don't possess any good qualification. So please tell us what is the goal of our life. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw their humility, in spite of their great qualifications, having great qualifications is not great. What is great is, in spite of having those great qualifications, one is humble, one is down to earth, and one is serving. And so humility and dedication, both of these things, when they are combined, and that is what gives immense potential in our Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada said we are supposed to be Rupanugas. Rupanugas means followers of Rupa Goswami. So we have to examine the life of Rupa Goswami. What was his life? When he approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not go with his qualifications. He went with a very humble heart and said that I do not have anything, I do not possess anything in my life. And this way they approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, your humility is breaking my heart. Please stop, please give up your humility. And generally advise that we have to develop humility. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa and Sanatana Goswami that please give up your humility. Your humility is breaking my heart. So Sri Radhanath Maharaj says that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said your humility is breaking my heart, that means their humility was breaking the heart to reveal what was in the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when one man is humble, then Krishna's or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's heart gets opened to reveal what is within Mahaprabhu's heart. And that is why we every day sing this prayer. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Rupa Goswami is called as the person who could understand the mind of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Srila Rupa Goswami he had gone to Vrindavan, that time Rath Yatra was going on, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying a verse which resembled just like a mundane love song between a boy and a girl. Ya kaumar harasa gaura eva hivaras taeva chaitra shripas te chionmoilita malati surabaya prodak kadamba nila sajaiva asmitatapi tatra surata vyapara lila vidhau revarodasi vedasi tarutale cheta samutkantate. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, I have met the same personality who was my lover in my youth, and I have met him again. And these are the same moonlit nights, and the fragrance of the same Maldi flowers is there. But I desire that I want to go under the Vetasi tree near the banks of the Reva river. And he was keeping singing this song, muttering again and again, and no one could understand what was the meaning of this song. Then later, when the next day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Siddha Bakul, where Rupa Goswami and Haridas Thakur were staying. That time, Rupa Goswami had gone to take a bath, but on his hut there was a palm leaf kept. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that palm leaf, and he read a verse which was written there. And when he read that verse, he became astonished. He said, Arey, how could Rupa Goswami understand my mind? He has understood my mind completely. And Rupa Goswami, by the time he came back, And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he affectionately slapped him. He said, how is it, Rupa Goswami? You could understand my mind. And Rupa Goswami remained silent. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sarup Damodar Goswami, Sarup Damodar, can you tell me, how is it possible for somebody to understand my mind? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Sarup Damodar Goswami said, that, my dear Lord, because you have bestowed your mercy upon him, because you have empowered him, therefore he is capable to understand your mind. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes. When I met him in Prayag, so when Rupa Goswami, he left the service of Nawab Hussain Shah, he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Prayag. And when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from a long distance, at that time he had composed this famous verse, which we also sing every day. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha. So he says, Namo Mahavadanyaya, you are the ultimate, the most beneficent person. Krishna Prem. So this is the characteristic of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that he is the most beneficent. And his pastime is Krishna Prem Pradayate. He gives holy name of Krishna to anyone who is qualified, who is not qualified, he does not see. Chirad Dattam Nijagupta Vittam Sapremanamna Mrita Attudaram Apamaram Yo Vitatara Gaura Krishna Janepyastaham Prapatti. Apamaram, even to disqualified people, not qualified people. So this is the beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace, and that was caught by Srila Rupa Goswami, and he glorifies him in this way. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Rupa Goswami in Jagannath Puri, that yes, because I saw him, I saw his characteristic, that he was so humble, he was so gentle, and when I saw him in this way, I decided to give him my grace completely. So this is the qualification to receive the grace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We see in the life of the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, the milk drinking brahmachari, when he had a lot of desire to see the dance of Mahaprabhu, and he repeatedly requested Srivas Thakur, but Srivas Thakur said, no, no one is allowed, no one is allowed. But after repeated requests, he allowed. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, after dancing for some time, he said, I am not feeling ecstasy today. Is there somebody who is not supposed to be here? And Srivas Thakur says, Mahaprabhu, there is no atheist here. But there is one brahmachari who drinks only milk. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, do you think that just by drinking milk you can attain my mercy? No, just by drinking milk you cannot attain my mercy. Tell that brahmachari to go away immediately from here. And brahmachari starts going. But he is so grateful, he is so grateful that I am allowed to see dance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for at least some time. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present in everyone's heart, he sees the remorse and the humility of that milk drinking brahmachari. He tells, call that brahmachari again. He can be allowed to see my dance now. So his milk drinking abilities were not his qualification to see the dance of Mahaprabhu or to get into the inner circle of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But his humility was the qualification. So many a times in a devotional service, we might forget what is the goal and how to attain mercy. We may feel that accomplishing something, achieving something, I will attain grace of Sri Krishna. No, Krishna's grace can be attained by humility. And Krishna shows this. Even when the gopis get proud, Krishna left the rasa dance. He wanted to show the entire world. This is one thing what Krishna does not like, and that is what is pride. सुनो भाई सबै कही तत्व कथाई अहंकार ना सहे ना ईश्वर सर्वथा. This is ahankara na sahena. When Digvijay Pandit Keshav Kashmiri is going to come to Navadvip, at that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to his students that, my dear friends, my dear students, please listen. The Supreme Personality of Godhead never tolerates pride. He may tolerate any other thing, but he cannot tolerate pride in the heart of anyone, even if they may be his topmost devotees. And therefore, Srila Rupa Goswami, it is said, he specifically came for teaching this particular quality of humility. Haridas Thakur came to teach tolerance. Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they came to teach this quality of humility, which is so very important in a sadhaka's life. And as is being said in this verse also, Srila Sri Narada is eternally free to move in all parts of transcendental and material creations, and he has a transcendental body. So many a times it happens in our life that we may look or we may see Vaishnavas from the materialistic point of view. And seeing Vaishnavas from that point of view, we may judge, oh, he is not having this particular quality. Now we are discussing about some Vaishnava qualities. And we may judge others also based on those Vaishnava qualities. But through the pastime of Rupa Goswami, we can understand that how judging on the basis of that Vaishnava qualities is completely wrong, and it does not at all please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So what had happened was when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there in Prayag, and Srila Rupa Goswami, he came and saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he offered his prostrate obeisances, he recited this particular verse which we just discussed. After that, Rupa Goswami and Anupam, they were invited by Vallabha Bhatta that you also come. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there coming to my house, you also come my house for honoring Prasad. And when Rupa Goswami and Anupam, they saw Vallabha Bhatta for the first time, they immediately offered obeisances to him. And as soon as they offered obeisances, Vallabha Bhatta went, started going closer to them. And immediately they started going far away. They said, we are untouchables, you should not touch us. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, Vallabha, what is Rupa and Anupam are saying, that is perfectly true. They are untouchable, so you should not go closer to them. And Vallabha Bhatta says, my dear Lord, how can you say that they are untouchables? Because the holy name of Krishna is being constantly vibrating their mouth and their tongues. How can they be untouchables? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, you have understood it rightly. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes this verse, Aho bata swapachato gariyan yad jivagre vartate nama tubhyam vibhus tapaste jhuvur shashnurarya brahmanuchur nama grunantiyete. Even if a person is born in a family of dog eaters, even if such a person, he chants the holy name of Krishna, he is to be considered to have performed all the Vedic sacrifices. So Vallabha Bhatta, he like judged them based on their primary quality, which is Krishnaika Sharanam. So it is said this is the primary quality and all else are the secondary qualities of a Vaishnava. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Harinam Chintamani, he writes, Sadhu ninda pratham aparadha ei bali jani, ei aparade jive haya sarva hani. He says this Sadhu ninda, which is the first aparadha, please understand this aparadha. Ei aparadha jiver haya sarva hani. जो भी हानि पहुंचता है जीव को, real hani is not you get some stitches on your hand or your legs. Real hani is not when our car gets hurt. Real hani is not when our mobile gets misplaced. But real hani is when we commit Vaishnava Aparadh. That is real hani, because that damages the soul. And then interestingly, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, what is he doing? He is telling about the glories of Vaishnavas. There only he is telling, Krishnaika Sharanahaya Swarupa Lakshana, Tatastha Lakshana Anya, Gunera Ganana. He says Krishnaika Sharana is the primary quality of a Vaishnava. All other qualities are secondary qualities. And he says that as one goes on, Swarupa Lakshana say Haita Haila, Gaite Gaite Nama Anya Guna Haila. He says Swarupa Lakshana अगर होगा तो बाकी के गुण है वो नाम गाते गाते आ जाएंगे. As one is chanting the holy name of Krishna, they will come about. Generally in our life, when we see the faults of Vaishnavas, it is because we expect some tatashta qualities in them. We don't expect primary qualities in them. We expect the secondary qualities that they should be manifested in them. But they are never to be seen. The only quality which is to be seen is the primary quality of taking shelter of Krishna. If that is present, and we see throughout all the Vaishnavas, like when Raghunath Das Goswami, he was like he used to be asked, like somebody used to tell him about some Vaishnava, some fault about some Vaishnava. He used to say, no, please don't tell me about any fault. He is chanting holy name of Krishna. That is sufficient for me. That is sufficient for me. So the solution to this first offense or to Vaishnava Aparadh is only when we start appreciating devotees when we start appreciating devotees. One time they had done, so in this Wisconsin University, they had formed a group. All the authors, all the male authors came together and they formed a group called the Stranglers Club. And what they used to do is they used to find each other's faults, so that all are authors. So if they find each other's faults, then what will happen? That everybody will improve in their skills of writing. So they formed their club like that. And seeing that the ladies who were there, they also decided we also want to form a club. So they formed another club named as the Wranglers Club. And in this Wranglers Club, they did one different thing. Instead of finding the faults, they started looking for the good things in another's compositions. And a survey was done. So after some years, all the male authors, those who were there, none of them became an accomplished author later, anytime in their lives. But all the female authors, they became well-known authors. So even materially, if one appreciates, then this is the benefit. And what to speak of spiritually? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to glorify devotees as if having 5 mouths. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri and Rupa Goswami came him to meet there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was talking to Sarup Damodar and to Ramananda Rai and telling them about the glorious qualities of Rupa Goswami and examining their faces. Oh, are they getting envious, or are they feeling insecure, or are they happy? And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Siddhabakul, he told especially all the Vaishnavas, he told to Nityanand Prabhu, he told to Advaita Acharya, that all of you please bestow your mercy upon Rupa Goswami. And all the Vaishnavas were so blissful, granting their mercy to Srila Rupa Goswami. So this is, if you want to test our advancement in spiritual life, this is the test. How happy we can become when other Vaishnavas are being appreciated. How happy we can become when other Vaishnavas are being glorified. This is what is the test of our spiritual advancement, if we want to at all judge. So for others, we have to see only the primary quality, and we see, actually we see the supreme personality of God. Jagannath is said to be having big eyes. And why Jagannath is having big eyes? With those big eyes, he's looking, is there any good quality in this person? I want to see some good quality. Ranganath is having closed eyes. Ranganath is saying, I don't want to see any fault in this person. So that is what Krishna is doing. And Krishna himself says, Abhi chet su duracharo bhajate maam ananya bhak. Durachar bhi kar liya usne. Bhajate maam ananya bhak sadhureva samantavya. It is my opinion. It is my opinion. If anybody who disregards my opinion, he is sure to fall down. Samantavya. That is what is the meaning of samantavya. So Krishna says, भृत्यस्य पश्यति गुरूनपि नापराधान् सेवामनागपि कृतां बहुधाभ्युपैति आविष्करोति पिशनाशि अपनाभिसूयान् शीलेन निर्मलमति पुरुषोत्तमोऽयम्. भृत्यस्य, भृत्य means servant. भृत्यस्य पश्यति, Supreme Personality of Godhead, what he does regarding his servant? भृत्यस्य पश्यति गुरून्. गुरून् means very big. गुरून् अपि नापराधान्. अगर बहुत बड़ा अपराध भी कर लिया तो एकदम छोटा दिखते हैं भगवान उसको. भगवान sees, does not see it as very big. But सेवा मनागपि कृताम बहुधा अभ्युपैति. अगर छोटा सा भी सेवा किया, मनागपि, Krishna sees it as very big. He has rendered so much service for me. How can I reciprocate with him? How can I repay him? Avish ki Krishna abhinavi suyan. Supreme Personality of God is never envious. Shilena nirmalamatihi. He is completely pure in his heart. So this is what is the characteristic of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if we are meant to be Krishna's devotees, then devotees of Krishna, we are meant to develop characteristics like the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarver gunas tatra samasate suraha. So one Acharya gives the opinion that Suraha does not mean demigods here, because devotees will not develop qualities like demigods. Suraha means the Supreme Personality of Godhead only. So devotees develop qualities as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when devotees see others, they do not find any faults. And if one has found some faults, then what can one do? That is also being answered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Kuliya, at that time a Kuliya Brahman, he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and asked him, Bhaktira prabhava moi papi na janiya. वैष्णव करीनो निंदा अपन खाइया। भक्ति प्रभाव, मैंने भक्ति का प्रभाव जाना नहीं। वैष्णव करीनो निंदा अपना खाइया, मैंने सिर्फ उसका ही पान किया, बाकी कुछ अच्छा चीज जो पान करना था उसको पान नहीं किया। कली युग किसेर वैष्णव की कीर्तन अनेक मन निंदिना मत एबे अनुक्षण। ही सेज एवरी टाइम आई क्रिटिसाइज वैष्णव। अरे इस कलियुग में कोई वैष्णव हो सकता है क्या? ये कुछ कीर्तन हो सकता है क्या? क्या कीर्तन करते हैं ये लोग? हैज टू ऑलवेज क्रिटिसाइज। एंड देन महाप्रभु सेज टू हिम that जत तुम्ही करीला वैष्णव निंदना से केवल विष तुम्ही करीला भक्षण. You have taken this poison. You have only drunk poison by blaspheming devotees. And he says parama amrita ebe Krishna guna nama niravadi sei तुम्ही करा तुम्ही पाना. He says now what you do, that Krishna's holy names are like amrit, they are like nectar. So now you please take nectar. जय मुखे कर तुम्ही वैष्णव निंदना, सेई मुखे कर तुम्ही वैष्णव वंदना. With the same mouth you have criticized Vaishnavas, with the same mouth now you appreciate Vaishnavas. He even says write poetry about Vaishnavas, write poetry describing the glories of Vaishnavas. He says like that. The only solution for criticizing devotees is when we start appreciating devotees. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in fact, he says that there should be a culture of respect. He says that ordinary jivas also should be given respect. Ordinary jivas should be given respect. Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, they should be given special respect. And Vaishnavas, and if you offend them, then you commit sin. And Vaishnavas, they should be given befitting honor and respect. And if one does something wrong to them, that is aparadha, he says. So much importance is being said. And we find in the pastime of Srila Rupa Goswami also, one time Srila Rupa Goswami, he was meditating on the pastime of Radha and Krishna, and there was one person who was lame. He started passing by there, and Rupa Goswami saw something by which he laughed. So he was having the vision of the eternal Nitya Leela of Radha and Krishna, where Krishna is holding a branch of a tree for Radharani, so that Radharani can take some flowers. And when Radharani holds the branch, Krishna immediately leaves the branch. And when he leaves the branch, then Radharani goes up. So all the gopis and everyone, they start laughing. So Rupa Goswami also started laughing. And this fellow, he felt that Rupa Goswami is laughing on me. And immediately Rupa Goswami's vision only stopped. And then this Brahmana, he went to Sanatan Goswami, because Sanatan Goswami was considered to be the guru of everyone. So he went to Sanatan Goswami and asked to him, how is it that Rupa Goswami is laughing at me? And Sanatan Goswami said, no, he will never do like that. So Sanatan Goswami, again, he also got the same frequency, he tuned into the same channel, and he also saw the same pastime. So when he saw the same pastime, he also laughed. And then this Brahmana got confused. Sanatan Goswami is also laughing at me. And then Sanatan Goswami told the pastime to that Brahmana. And that Brahmana also started laughing. Said, see, if you are laughing, then how cannot Rupa Goswami laugh? And then this Brahmana understood his mistake. He immediately went to Rupa Goswami. And he went to Rupa Goswami and asked forgiveness from him. And Rupa Goswami also begged for forgiveness. But still, there were traces of some kind of the heart was feeling little heavy only. So both of them, they went to Sanatan Goswami and they said, now you please narrate Krishna's glories. And both of them, when they heard about Krishna's pastimes, at that time it was completely nullified, their Vaishnava offense. So it is said that this aparadhatta anarthas which are there, they take the longest time to get away. After meeting Krishna only, they are completely annihilated, like that. So yes, it is so very important. And we can see through the pastimes of Srila Rupa Goswami how, and the ultimate solution for everything is becoming humble and being the servant of servant. That is what Srila Rupa Goswami did. Rupa Goswami's eternal position is Srila Rupa Manjari in the spiritual world, who is the prime assistant of Lalita Sakhi. He is a leader. He was the leader in Vrindavan also. But if you see his lifestyle, that was totally that of humility and being the servant of servant. But in the spiritual world, in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, in the confidential pastimes, wherever the Sakhis are also not allowed, there the Manjiris are allowed. They can go inside and watch and see and assist the confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And Rupa Goswami is the leader there. So Rupa Goswami is teaching to all of us. When Srila Prabhupada meant all of us to be Rupanugas, he meant us to imbibe this mood of Srila Rupa Goswami, which is that of humility. And it is not that being humble, Rupa Goswami did not do anything. He wrote the 4 instructions which were given to him by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of writing books, of excavating the holy places, of building temples, of establishing Vaishnava conduct through proper behavior. He did all of these things perfectly. But at the same time, he was humble. And he also taught this humility through various pastimes. He banished Jiva Goswami from Vrindavan 2 times, ultimately to teach this thing only, that without being humble, one cannot enter Vrindavan. Humility is the key to enter Vrindavan. So we can hear our spiritual masters have given many lectures on the glories of Rupa Goswami, and we can meditate on the pastimes of Rupa Goswami and try to emulate them in our lives. So we'll stop here. It is 7:30. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Rupa Goswami Pada ki jai, Samveda Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Sai Gaur Premanand.